Fat might be building up in your liver right now. And if so, it's making you tired, bloated, and sluggish. But there's one simple thing that you can take in your diet every day to help clean that fat out. And don't wait until it's too late. So let's talk about the science of how omega-3 fatty acids do this. This study shows that number one, they break down fat stored in the liver. Number two, they reduce inflammation. And number three, they actually improve insulin sensitivity. Now let's go back and go over that just a little bit. First of all, this is a meta-analysis. And for those of you that remember, it's the highest form of evidence that we find in science. It is multiple studies where multiple researchers took a look at this same question. And the majority of them found out that yes, omega-3 fatty acids help reduce liver fat. Now let's go again into how they actually do it. First of all, they break down fat stored in the liver. In other words, if it's breaking that down, it's not continuing to accumulate. Secondly, inflammation. Inflammation is such a core part of the damage done by prediabetes and diabetes, and especially with fatty liver. So another key component here. And finally, it actually works on the core driver, insulin sensitivity itself. So now we need to talk for a minute about what are fatty acids. Well, they're essential fats, meaning they're things that need to be in our diet. Our body doesn't make omega-3 fatty acids. So if they have to be in your diet, where can you find them? Well, most people know fatty fish, the mash fish like mackerel, anchovies, salmon, herring, sardines. Also, you can get them plant-based too, flax seeds and chia seeds. There are challenges in getting them from plant sources, but we're not going to go into that detail right now. Another plant source is walnuts. You know, another thing to think about is that omega-3 fatty acids help with more than just your liver. They help lower your triglycerides, the bad fats that you find in the bloodstream that are very much a part of metabolic disease. That improves heart health. They can boost your brain function. They've been found to reduce depression. So a big thing for mental health as well. Joint health. They reduce joint pain. And remember we talked about inflammation? They reduce inflammation in the joints as well as the brain, cardiovascular inflammation. They even support skin health. And when you start looking at all of those things, they add up to, they really do slow down aging. The best part of this? Well, it just takes the right dose to start seeing some of these benefits. So now the question is how much to take? That's pretty simple. I would recommend between 1 and 4 grams, or if you're looking at milligrams, 1,000 to 4,000 milligrams of omega-3s per day. Again, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, your diet and your health needs. That's a good guideline to look at. So we have to talk for a minute about which omega-3 fatty acids. The real debate here is between EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA. Now, some people would say you need a balance. My good friend Jesus would say that. Most people would say that. But there are some other people that say, and they can make a pretty good case, that EPA is really the most powerful one, and DHA actually even sort of boots EPA out of the receptors and decreases its impact. The folks that say that, by the way, are in big pharma. Amarin Pharmaceuticals, you may have heard of the drug Vascepa. They've got folks like the head of cardiology at Harvard on their side and making a ton of money doing it. In my opinion, I don't think it's really clear yet. I've looked at both sides of this question, and I still don't think it's clear whether it's just EPA alone or balanced EPA and DHA. Now, what do? I actually try to get at least a gram of EPA per day in my supplementation. And as you can remember, if you're going on the higher end of that 1 gram to 4 gram scale, you can do that. Part of the issue here is the supplement and the pill. If you're taking the pills, it's hard to get that much. You have to take a lot of pills. Now we need to talk about side effects. Are there any? Oh yeah, there's side effects with almost anything. With omega-3s, they are generally safe. but in high doses, they can actually do some blood thinning. So if you're on blood thinners and you're adding a lot of EPA or DHA, the omega-3s, you need to consult your doctor about that. I do take both. I take a blood thinner and I do supplement, but I usually stay on the 1 to 2 grams side. They can also cause some mild gastrointestinal discomfort, but I've heard very, very few of my patients complain about that. They can interact with medications other than blood thinners. For example, some blood pressure medications or even diabetes medications. And you have to think about that because most people that need to take omega-3s for conditions like metabolic dysfunction may have blood pressure medicines or diabetes. So think about that. If you have any medical conditions, it's always good to just go ahead and check with your doctor. So if you're looking to protect your liver, cleanse your liver, boost your health, even fight inflammation, omega-3s are a great supplement. They're powerful as supplements go, and they're one of the best tools available. But you don't have to rely on supplements alone. In fact, if you don't do the lifestyle stuff, the supplements are not going to overcome things like diet and exercise and good sleep. You know, you may have noticed a couple of challenges when we're talking about, can you actually get enough from supplements? How much do I take? Some people prefer to take it from food. Here's what I do. I do take some supplements. I take about 1 gram per day. But I also eat a lot of foods that have omega-3s in them. For example, just to go back over that again, the mashed fish, mackerel, anchovies, sardines and salmon, herring. I also eat a lot of walnuts, nuts and seeds, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds for those that eat those, and even hemp seeds. Plant oils like flaxseed oils, canola oil, which people get nervous about. But there are some algae oils too, one of the bigger sources of supplement omega-3s. Now, did you think about eggs? Good farm-raised, cage-free chickens lay good omega-3 eggs. So yeah, even omega-3 enriched eggs can be a good source. Eating these things a few times a week, all the things that I just mentioned, can help ensure that you get a proper amount of omega-3s. You know, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I'm not sure I would agree with that, especially with the new really big, really sweet apples. But I will say this, maybe a fish a day will keep the doctor away.